Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. What's up with you and yours? What's good, what's good, what's good? It's been an eventful day, don't you think? I mean, we had CPI numbers come out. Inflation is at 3% instead of the 3.1% that everybody spoke of, which is still higher than the 2.9% that we were at. So we're still moving in the wrong direction, but the market took it kind of evenly, right? Just saying. Rick Ritchie in his house. Thank you for letting me know you invested in yourself. It's been a day. It has been a day. Right? It's definitely been a day. So yeah, inflation jumped up, but we've got other things going on. We've got XRP it seems to be on its way back. I mean, people seem to be stressing about XRP, and I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, why? Why? With so many contracts going on, don't know why people are stressing about this. Yo, Hum's house, in the house. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. Hum's house, the GMB3. So, Solana at 193. You don't find that interesting? I mean, what? Day before yesterday was at 180? Just saying. This is quick money. This is quick money we're talking about. Like right now, where is it? There it is. Aster's at 112. Aster is at 112, and I'm kind of thinking, it had dropped down to like 107 today. It was as high as, I think, 113, when I had checked. Maybe it went higher, maybe it went lower. And I'm like, it seems to be hovering at that point. It's probably going to go down before it goes up. Maybe I should take my investment, drop it, right? And then wait for it to go down again. Play the volatility. Why not? Just saying. I am honestly thinking about that. I haven't made up my mind yet. I have not made up my mind yet. Maybe sipping some Barbaresco might help me. Nice relaxing Friday. Just to share with you guys, I had like the best lunch. My cousin is a chef and he teaches at a culinary school, and he calls me up and he goes, "Yo, what are you doing at 2:30?" And I said, "I'm going to be working. What do you think I'm going to be doing at 2:30?" He goes, "Listen, I need you to be here at 2:30. We've got a 5-course meal." Say less. So I called one of my sons. He's busy. I wanted to call my daughters. One was at work. The other one was knocked out. I was like, let me call my other son. And he's like, yeah, let's go. We get there. The food was phenomenal from a student. Some of the most delicious food. It was awesome. The amuse-bouche, just the main course meat. Oh my Lord. You ever have that perfectly crispy salmon skin? It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And the presentation was awesome. The reason why I bring this up is because he knows I'm thinking about, getting into another business. And he's thinking maybe he wants to open up his own culinary school. I'm just saying, everybody has to eat. Sort of like clean clothes. Everybody has to eat. And what are they doing? They're starting to eat at home. So, full classes, evening date night classes. I'm just saying. It's something we're definitely contemplating. We're definitely going to, come out with a cookbook if we decide to do this. There's a lot going on. And I say this because not everything is centered upon one type of asset. We concentrate on crypto. I get it. Crypto daily, the crypto overflow. But not everything that we do at Grow My Bag is about crypto. As a matter of fact, it's about investing. So I say this as like a notice to everybody. Hey, don't be afraid to diversify. But whether you want to get involved in a business, buy stocks, buy crypto, the GMB3 can help you figure it all out. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. Most people mess up on that last one. The first one and the last one seem to be the problem children. And I don't know why. It's such an easy formula. You do your own research. You listen to somebody like me and you go, okay, he's got some good news. He covers news well. But let me go verify. Let me go see if I can find corroborating evidence to what everybody's talking about. Let me see if I can find something that everybody's not talking about. Like, I do so much research that I'm so used to finding something out before the general public because one entity had the story and not everybody else did. And that is a big idea. I got into Aster. I know I keep referring to Aster, but I've gotten into a couple of holdings because I found out news before it hit mainstream. And I was able to take action. It has saved my tail many a time. Many a time. Right? Crypto never sleeps. Asia gets up before we do. I know I'm going to get up in the middle of the night and have to use the bathroom. These are just facts. These are absolutely just facts. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, I feel rested, and I don't want to go back to sleep. I roll over, grab my phone, check things out. I was able to get out of things, get into things, because I was doing research. I kind of knew where things stood. Now you know why I drive that into you all the time. All the time. It's only a benefit to you to do your own research. You get used to doing your own research every day. Then you start to understand what your entries are, what your exits are. Not just the numbers on the price that you want to get in at, that range you want to get in at, and that range you want to get out at. But it's how you do the acquisition. It's how you do the sale. Entries and exits. If you're a guy, you know you grow up, well, depending on where you live, you know you grow up with somebody telling you, when you walk into a building, when you walk into a space, understand all the exits. You get onto a plane, you're told to understand all the exits. Entries and exits. But it's not just the number you're trying to get into and out of. Right? That's why we pay attention to these things. And on Friday nights, Friday Night Flips is meant for everybody to say, you know what? I have a question. I have a suggestion. I have what I think is news. Bring it up. It is a safe space. Nobody's going to laugh at you. They will all laugh at me. In case you haven't noticed, that's like the game that we play. Everybody laughs at Eddie. And it's awesome. We're all vulnerable. We're all scared to ask questions one time or another. This is a safe space. My man Hutanik, what's good? Thank you for letting me know you invest in yourself. You know how much that means to me. I appreciate you. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of news. CPI numbers finally come out. No big reaction. Shouldn't be. You want to know what we should be reacting to that could possibly affect our bags that nobody's paying attention to? It's actually a series of events. Separate, distinct, but belonging on the same necklace. If they're all pearls of information, get it? Clutch my pearls, that's what I mean. So, tariffs, right? We got tariffs and trade wars going on. We threw a tantrum, or the new regime threw a tantrum because of an ad that was going to be run with Canada. Now they're trying to act like, well, Canada needs us more than we need them. Yeah, don't believe that. I would tell people, don't believe that. Why? What do we need from Canada? Unless you're building your house 100% out of cinder block or cement, or cement, the wood that you're going to build your house from is most likely from Canada. Facts. We get the bulk of our wood here for building homes from Canada. Okay? That's one. Two, a lot of car parts come in through Canada. New cars from Mexico. Okay? We have 5 states that at least some parts of those states require energy from Canada. Yeah, these are facts. These are facts. Look at the map of the United States and go across that top separator between Canada and the United States, right? And you'll notice there's some really freaky parts where there are areas of the United States that look like they're a part of Canada. As a matter of fact, people have to drive through Canada to get back to the United States to do things like go to work. Dead serious. Dead serious. Those people are cut off from the United States. At best, I would say that it's a 50-50 thing. They need us, we need them. And we threw a tantrum over a commercial. Hutanic, thank you very much for that, man. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. It's not easy. I can tell you that right now. It is not easy. Not easy at all. But that said, that was one event. What's another event? Did you notice we started picking on our southern friends? Not Mexico, Venezuela, and now Colombia. Now, no, it sounds like where I'm going is political. It's not. It's not. Just pay attention for a minute. Because these are all actions from a regime that's scared about something else happening. So all of the decisions that are going on right now, tariffs, giving money to Argentina to the tune of $40 billion to a country who is our main rival for selling soybeans to China. We gave them 20 and they already sold the soybeans to China. China doesn't need our soybeans. They've already replaced what they need. They've already replaced it. They're proving that they do not need the United States. They're proving that we may need them more than they need us. There are people running around saying, no, it's the exact opposite. Let's run with the idea that they need us more than we need them. Let's run with that idea. That's still an economic hit, isn't it? Everything that's going on right now is still an economic hit. Okay, so we agree on that. We've got Russia that has circumvented almost every sanction that there is. When they do a deal, they're doing it in local currencies and not the US dollar. Because they have to. We've blown up boats, right? From Venezuela. Okay. We blew up a boat with Colombian citizens. Do you see where that is going? Do you see where that is going? Those countries are gearing up for war with the United States. Now, we could sit here and we can say, oh, we're the United States. We don't even have to send troops. We could just do that. I have a question for you. Didn't we, as a country, yell at Russia for doing that? Don't we yell at other countries for doing that? Huh. Something to contemplate. But either way, forget about morals and high ground and all that stuff. Just think about it economically. How are these actions going to wind up affecting our bags? You have a regime that goes on camera talking about, oh, we're just going to go in and yeah. I'm not stating opinion right now. I'm stating facts. How does that affect our bags? Forget about the politics of it all. I'm talking about the actions of a regime that have a clear impact on our bags. We're going to buy beef from Argentina. Huh? So soybean farmers, cattle ranchers. See where this is going? Our food prices have gone up already. Look at the reports that are out there. CNBC has a report where they show you the charts on how much money it's costing us now versus even just last year. How much things cost. There are a lot of things that are just up. So then I need you all to have an understanding about inflation. Prices go up every year, right? Prices go up all the time. Inflation is the rate at which they go up in general. Okay. So right now, our prices are going up by 3%. It was 2.9, now it's 3. Okay. We were expecting 3.1. So we still did worse, just not as bad as we thought it was going to be. So when you look at these things and put all those things to the side, right? Put all those things to the side. The big dump of a bill was passed. What kicked in today? What kicked in? Oh, that's right. We don't have enough time to make changes to healthcare, by November 1st. So all the prices have already been adjusted. They've all gone up tremendously. There are people out there that in the United States that are not going to be able to have healthcare because it's healthcare or food. Healthcare or food. Insurance is already a problem. It's not a small problem. It's a big problem. Okay. All right. Real estate. There seems to be a little bit of a bubble there. Interesting, no? All these companies talking about AI, and already people are talking about there's kind of an AI bubble. With all this circular, you know what I mean, kind of financing going on. People are like, there's an AI bubble that nobody wants to admit to. Now, I think that bubble is going to serve to be something more akin to the internet bubble or the .com bubble. But wow. Rick, dude, I'm trying hard not to talk about that. You're killing me, bro. You're killing me. I'd rather talk about the $172 million spent on 2 jets. $40 billion in total being allocated to Argentina. Are you kidding me? I'm not talking about this from a political perspective. I'm talking about this from everything that I just enumerated. Everything that I just stated to you is a hit on our bags. Inflation, tariffs, which is another level of taxation, people losing SNAP benefits. You want to know who? Nope, that's political. Let me not say that. SNAP benefits, healthcare, insurance, real estate, trying to start a war. Oh, and that whole thing with we have peace in the Middle East. Do you see how quickly that came and went? All of it has a hit on our bags. All of it. Every single one of those things. And that's a lot. That is a lot. We're only, this is 8 months? 8 months, almost 9 months. Call it, let's goof around and call it eight and three quarter months into a presidency, and we have what, 7 things on the table that's hammering our economy right now. Oh, let me not be hyper focused on the United States. Hammering, I don't know, the global economy. Yeah. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. I know that I have people out there thinking, Eddie, why do you always say that, we're going to have to invest to survive? I had a conversation with an older gentleman today over that beautiful lunch that I had. It's me, my son, another guy, because his son was the chef, was the student chef. He should be immensely proud of that man, of that boy. And he was saying to me that, you can't afford things right now. You used to be able to afford things with a single salary coming into the household, the head of the house, the man of the house. Now you're talking about dinks, dual income, no kids. And dual income, no kids. Yeah, you've got money, but you don't have money. You know what I mean? You're still working. Even if you have a dual income in the household with kids, you're probably just getting by. Unless you're one of the lucky ones and you can get there. Oh, Bitcoin could absolutely dip to 93,000. Absolutely. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. So why do you think I'm playing volatility right now? Because I'm telling myself, I need to get out. I need to take my profits and just be like, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Government is closed. It's October 24th. We probably would have had 1 or 2 ETFs get approved by now. D-Mac was on. He was like, oh, October. And I was like, But let's get back to that big, beautiful. Yeah, not going to say it. Anyway, let's get back to that. So the big, beautiful bill has things that kick in 2026. Other things that kick in just before. Actually, they have things that kick in after the 2026 elections, immediately after. Like as soon as you walk in the door and start the new Congress, boom, you get hit with it. Lands on your lap. And these are monetary things, okay? Taxes, all that good stuff. Take a look at the big, beautiful bill and read. Forget about the political stuff. Really, forget about the political stuff. Look at the numbers. I just want you to look at the numbers. I want you to see who gets tax cuts and who gets increased taxes. I want you to pay attention to that. Forget about the politics. Forget about who's doing what, blah, blah, blah. I just want you to pay attention to the actual numbers. Don't listen to anybody. Don't read somebody else's cheat notes. I want you to actually read it. Don't want to read it? Cool. Go to ChatGPT or whichever one you like and have it give you the numbers. Who's paying for what? And then you'll sit there and you'll kind of go, oh, wow. If you're not wealthy, you're getting hit. If you're not wealthy, you're getting hit with new taxes. Yeah. Facts. These are not opinions. So when I tell you that you're going to have to invest just to make ends meet, just to survive, I am dead serious. I know it sounds like fear mongering. I know it does. But go read those reports out there that say, this is how much food costs now, and this is how much it cost a year ago. I want you to pay attention to that. And then start getting into, well, what is everybody projecting? The only people, and I was saying this the other day, the only people that I see saying that the future is all right, are people that have so much of a buffer they won't even feel it. $1 an egg? Are you kidding me? Those people aren't going to feel it. Why not? Because they probably have their own chicken coops on the farm that they own. They're not worried about it. When you have enough money, you don't worry about movement of the market. You're so buffered that you're thinking very long term. You're thinking about wealth moves, not money moves. Just saying. Just saying. Lordy, that is so good. I should send my mother a bottle of this. My mom likes wine. We happen to share the same kind of palate. So if I like it, I know she's going to like it. That kind of deal. So yeah, there's a lot that's going on that we should be paying attention to. I'm amazed through that whole dissertation. Nobody said a word. Nobody said it, except for Rick Ritchie. Nobody said anything. People that are investing know that I'm not lying. Republican, Democrat, Independent in this country, people know I'm not lying. I'm not playing games. Just saying. You want to hear something crazy? I was reading today and I actually published an article about it. So when AWS went down, and this is more like a protection kind of comment. AWS went down, and you ever hear of the Internet of Things? That's like when your refrigerator is connected to the internet and it can tell you things and the Well, do you know some of those smart beds are connected to the internet? And when AWS went down, a lot of those smart beds started just freaking out. Yeah. Now, I need you to ask yourself something. So when the iPhone first came out, I was one of those people who was like, why does my calculator need to connect to the internet? And so now I'm asking you, why the hell does my bed need to connect to the internet? It's set to my personal settings. Why does it have to go to the internet for anything? Are you kidding? Nah. Because some crazy stuff started going through my head. So my team is like ridiculously into automation, like home automation stuff. And we have like home automation servers, just about everywhere so we can like control stuff. So we're always like, as a side gig, when we need to move our minds in a different way, we just go pick up a home automation project and we just knock it out, right? So one of my guys was like, oh man, this is the best thing in the world. So at night when I'm done, I don't want to walk into a room that has bright lights. I don't want to have to get up to turn off the light. I want my house to react to me. So he got bed sensors. So if he's in his bed for greater than 5 minutes, if anybody's in the bed for greater than 5 minutes, the lights dim and the reading lights come on. Because that's what him and his wife do. Crazy. Talking about you and MC on the show right now. So when I heard about these beds going berserk, I was like, why are beds connected to the internet? What? Yeah. Crazy. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So I'm just like, yeah, you're going to need to learn how to lock stuff down. Like, seriously. So that's my security thing to you, is check your devices. Who's going, and the company name was 8 Sleep. They're smart mattress covers. I'm just like, yo, listen here. My bed, nothing about my bed, nothing about my smart mattress covers. Nothing needs to go out to the internet. His sensors are at home. They communicate with his home automation setup. They don't go out to the internet. And the house reacts to events like climate from outside. Maybe it's raining, so it's dark outside, so you turn on the lights. There are sensors for that. You walk into a room and the light recognizes that you're in the room and says, oh, let me wait a little bit to see if you just came in the room to go grab something and you're walking back out, or if you're actually going to be in the room. Yeah. So yeah, be careful with your stuff. And I say this also because there's been a whole lot of phishing attacks hitting crypto and bank accounts. So please be careful. Now, what other news happened? XRP's ledger emerged as a compliant infrastructure leader, facilitating institutional adoption, stablecoin growth, and real-world asset tokenization through legal clarity and global partnerships. Really key in on that last part, global partnerships. Yeah, they've been going insane. Something else that I noticed today that blew my mind. Rumble is going to start accepting crypto, specifically Tether and Bitcoin, for tipping. For tipping. You know, Rumble is a rival to YouTube. I mean, it's a tiny itty bitty little, but still it's a rival to YouTube. And that is a hot topic. That's a hot topic. I might open up a Rumble account just because. Like, I'm serious. I want to get tipped in crypto. You kidding me? I would love to get tipped in crypto. That's awesome sauce. I'd love to get tipped in crypto. You want to know why? I'll be totally frank with you. Because if I get tipped in crypto, I'm not going to use it. It would go straight into one of my hodling wallets. So the odds of me taking a tip and actually putting it to use immediately, no, it'll sit there. It'll just automatically be my investment in myself. Ta-da! Yeah. So that's a big deal. Zell's parent company, Early Warning Services, integrated stablecoins for cross-border interactions. Yeah. Tell me that's not nuts. Tell me that's not nuts. Again, international moves. Blockchain.com secured a MiCA license in Malta. International moves. Crypto.com pursued a national trust bank charter, following a few other companies like Coinbase, Circle. Yeah. Crypto.com. What are they trying to do? Oh, they're trying to go the Kraken route. Tether Data launched QVAC Genesis 1, the world's largest synthetic data set for decentralized AI. Decentralized AI. You realize I'll be researching that like to the hill. I want to know about that. But you see the moves? You want to know something else about Tether? The end of this year should see Tether with an earnings of $15 billion. Or with earnings of $15 billion. And then you have rumors of them going public. If I'm Mr. Arduino, I'm not thinking about going public. I'm a powerful private company that doesn't have to abide by your stupid freaking rules and hoops to jump through because I'm private. And I've already proven that I can make money without having to go public. There's nothing driving Tether to go public. The same thing that there's nothing driving Ripple to go public. Ta-da! Just saying. Polymarket's looking to drop Poly. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. That ought to be interesting. Is it going to do anything? What is it going to be used for? Why? Oh, we're going to use it on the platform, blah, blah, blah. I can see that, but why can't you just use another one? Sounds like a money grab to me, doesn't it? It's free money. Platform like that, I think it becomes free money. Now, am I mad about free money? I don't know. I don't know if I can be mad about it. If you're actually going to use it, I don't know that I'm going to be mad about it. But it's a heaping amount of money. It's a heaping amount of money. I think if Polymarket was to do, was to launch Poly, I think it gets to the $1 billion mark like that. That's what I'm thinking. I think it gets that $1 billion mark in a heartbeat. In a flipping heartbeat, like no doubt. Pump.Fun acquired Padre and caused the Padre token to tank 80%. 80%. That was it. In another move, Ripple acquired Hidden Road for $1.25 billion, rebranding it as Ripple Prime to expand into multi-asset brokerage and XRP integration with a $1 billion digital asset treasury. Now you know why I'm not worried about XRP. I'm not worried about the use of XRPL. I'm not worried about any of it. That's also a reason why I look at Ripple and I just go, why is there a rush? I mean, I thought for sure they were going to go public. But then when you do the math, you're kind of like, why do I have to? Look at the amount of money that we're generating right now. Why do we have to? Kraken slated to go public with a $15 billion valuation. And you look at Tether, you look at Kraken. You look at Kraken with a $15 billion valuation. Tether's going to make that kind of money by the end of this year. I have zero reason to go public. Zero. Usually you go public because you want the money and you want to spread the risk. They've got no problems. None. Why would I buy XRP as a new buyer? That's not for me to answer. That's up to you. Do your own research. Not you, Hutanic, but you know what I mean? Do your own research. If you're a new buyer, you're going to do research on every coin that's out there. You're going to buy Bitcoin, you're going to buy Ethereum, and if somebody talks you into it, you'll buy Solana. If you were smart, you'd buy more BNB than you would Solana. More upside potential, more growth protection there. And it truly is already a part of the connective tissue, whereas Solana's trying to become a part of the connective tissue. BNB is already there. So I put more money, sprinkle, baby, into BNB than I would ever in Solana. Just saying. So that question for XRP, that's not a question for me to ask or answer. That's a question for the other person to do their own research. Right? I don't know what ISO stands for, sir. And I don't know that it freaking matters. Everybody talks about, if you're talking about ISO 222, who the hell cares? I'm not being funny, I'm being serious. Who the hell cares? Look at all the ISO 222 companies that are out there, or blockchains that are out there that are supposedly, because there really is no certification on that, right? That are supposedly compliant with ISO 222. There's no certification for that. Yet everybody boasts it, or those projects boast it. IOTA, Quant, blah, 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 blah. Why? Like, I'm not even being funny. Why? What's the big deal? I'm not hearing about those companies cutting deals. I'm hearing about other companies cutting deals. Chainlink, XRP, Hedera, Avalanche. It's not about being right. Normally, that's a nice little check mark, right? But what are you doing with it? I mean, what does it mean? Yeah, banks are supposed to adopt ISO 222. I think more banks need to start operating on, being interoperable with X402. Didn't hear about that one. That one's the one for AI agents to be able to hop on and make payments and receive payments and stuff like that. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. ISO 222. Yeah, everybody's adopting ISO 200. Ripple is laughing their behinds off. Avalanche, Chainlink, Hedera, all of them are laughing their butts off. Who is it? Franklin Templeton with Benji. ISO 222? What? Huh? Why? To exchange money, how? Why? There were already blockchains out there that are doing stuff. Compliance? There's no certification behind that. None. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch these things and how they move. It's going to be interesting for people to actually stop and say, huh, this is what this project is used for. This is what this project is used for, so on and so forth across the major projects that are out there. People listen to me and they go, why would banks have both Ripple and Chainlink? Why would I have XRP in my house and Chainlink? They both serve different purposes, don't they? Right. And they're still mucking around with Aave. Yeah. And then they have their own private coins that they're using to do certain things. Yeah. Crazy, right? Nobody understands what that means. A port channel. What are you talking about, port channel? Stop trying to be technical. Don't stay away from technical stuff. It doesn't matter. Stay away from technical stuff. You really want to stay away from technical stuff. Not that you can't handle it, but I'm saying stay away from technical stuff. It'll get you in trouble. That really is my advice. It'll get you in trouble. Stay away from technical. Stay away from trying to be technical. Be who you are. Don't try to be technical. If you're not working in that technology, leave it alone. Don't guess. Invest deliberately. Yeah, this is one of those things. Because it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Do you do XRPL? Do you do Hedera? Do you do this? Do you do that? What is the technology that you're using to maneuver value? And in what situations? Within your own bank, you need to move value? Okay. Are you dealing with a bank that's overseas? How are you doing this? Here's something else for you to think about. Where's Swift? Yeah, where's Swift in all this? XRB is best to buy at the beginning of the month when they unlock their tokens, in my opinion. You'd have to do research on every month from the past 2 years to see if that proves out. Remember what we said before, Rick? Everything works until it doesn't. See what I mean? I'm not trying to be funny. Just trying to keep us aware and alert. Aware and alert. It works. There are so many things out there that work until they don't. Isn't that what you said? That's what you said. I know you remember. But yeah, that is good advice. Take a look. It's sort of like, you pay attention to gas on Thursdays. Because that's when the price changes. So you pay attention to gas. Right? Or if you have solar at home and you need to plug in your car. In New York, the best time to plug in your car, 12 midnight to 6 a.m. Little things that you start to learn. Little tidbits of information that you could tuck away and use. But when I look at technology, I'm not worried about the technology. And I'm a technologist. Okay? I don't look at technology. I look at the solution. And I'm not trying to dig deep into the solution. What's the solution for the problem? And is it a good solution? Then what's the name of the tech? Maybe just because I'm a geek like that, maybe I'll be interested. But from an investment perspective, I don't know that I'm going to be worried about it. I just need to know, is it secure? Or is it a bridge and it's another bridge that has, vulnerabilities, blah, 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 and you get hacked. I need to understand my risks. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole, and I'm a technologist, and it's very easy to get me to go down a rabbit hole of what does this technology do? Because I'm a geek and I love that kind of stuff. But we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. What we have time for is to understand what's the problem and then what's the solution and how long will it solve that problem before evolution kicks in or we need a new solution. That solution has run its course and now we need to upgrade to another solution. Of course they can use the chat. Thank you for that. But you're confusing people with things like port channel. What does that even mean? Nobody's going to know what that means. If we want people to use the chat, we have to keep the conversation first where it's inviting, where people can understand, and not use terms that people don't understand that we're also not defining. If we're not going to define it, then we shouldn't use it. Because really, it could be over people's heads and that can be intimidating. Because they might sit there and think, well, I didn't know what that meant, so maybe I should just shut up. I've had people reach out to me and be like, hey, I've wanted to say things, but it's a safe space. Nobody's going to laugh at you. The only person that somebody's going to laugh at is me. Seriously. It's like a game with certain people that just like to make me crack up on camera. And to be honest, they're kind of good at it. They're kind of good at it. Doesn't take a lot. Life is too short not to laugh. It really is. Life is too short not to laugh. Life is too short not to pay attention to little bits of data, little bits of questions. So what did I see in the chat tonight? I saw, well, Bitcoin can drop to 93,000. Immediately, everybody should have been sitting there thinking, so if Bitcoin can drop to 93,000, who else could be affected? What coins are going to follow Bitcoin? And then you should ask yourself, and what about gold? Ta-da! What about gold? Got to pay attention to that. Must. That is a big deal. So for people that, like, I'm into Paxos. Am I deep into Paxos? No. You want to know why? Because Paxos to me is just like an exchange. You're holding my gold. You are holding my gold. Is that really what I want? I don't want people holding anything for me. So I do it to a minimum, just to kind of spread out a little bit. Do it to a minimum. Just saying. Just saying. There are things we need to pay attention to, and this is some of them. So what other news do we have? We have, let's see, a lawsuit alleged top U.S. banks, including J.P. Morgan and Bank of America, colluded to manipulate prime lending rates, inflating borrowing costs, and prompting calls for systemic reform. What have I been talking about all this time? What have I been talking about? Traditional finance acting like it's 2007, 2008 again. These are allegations that should not be popping up, right? And I kept telling you guys, yet we're here. Because of rollbacks, this is where we are. And that was a small article. Saw it in a couple of places, but it's not out there yet. And as a reminder, last week, when we got the numbers in from the banks, what did we see? Oh, these banks made wicked money. They were all cash flow positive, happily positive, deeply positive. And then you see this. There's a lot of things over my head, but it gives me a chance to research what the heck you all be talking about. I really need to learn to read before I speak. I need to do that. But Rick Ritchie, thank you for that. That's actually a great comment. I'll say it again. There are a lot of things, basically this is what he's saying. There are a lot of things that he doesn't know. But when we say something and he finds interest in it, he goes, I'm not just going to let that slide. I'm going to go look that up. I yell at Hutanik a lot because he'll do things like mention ISO. That's the organization. What he really meant to say was ISO 20022. Because unless you're in the news all the time, you're not going to know what people are talking about. And if you just look up ISO, you'd be sitting there going, how does that tie into crypto? Some of us know this much. Some of us know this much, so on and so forth, all the way down the line. And then there are those people that know this much. Right? And then we have to remember that there are people out there that don't know as much as we do, which is why I try to start off with, hey, everybody, this is a safe space. If you got questions, feel free to ask. I might not have the answer. I might have to reach out to the community and say, hey, can you answer this for me? I can't do it while I'm on camera right now. And the community is really good about doing that. Praise to the community, because there's a lot going on. There are so many moving pieces that I cannot keep up with all of it by myself. So some of us communicate in various ways, and we'll be like, yo, I just did this. I'll be like, oh, that's interesting. I just did this. Oh, that's interesting. Why'd you do that? And a conversation occurs where, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Oh, that's why you did that. Interesting. Let me go look into that. Or, okay, that's interesting. That's good for you. And your risk framework, right? That's something else I harp on, right? That everybody should develop their own risk framework. And so many people have still not listened to me in developing their risk framework, which is nothing more than what? What? Documenting your gut feeling. Because I keep telling you, oftentimes we say, oh, my gut said not to do that. It's because your brain reacted so quickly that all you were able to keep up with was the conclusion, not the path on how you got there. Which is why when you document stuff, you start to realize, oh man, that really is my gut. I just documented my gut. Yes. And now you'll be able to tap into that knowledge about yourself, likes, dislikes when it comes to investments, what you like to invest in, what you don't like to invest in, what interests you, what doesn't interest you. You start to open up your mind to different pin plays that happen. Who would have thought that Rumble would say, hey, we're going to allow you to pay people or tip people in Bitcoin and Tether? Sounds small considering Rumble's about this big compared to the juggernaut called YouTube. But Rumble is a popular platform. So it means something. It means something. Did anybody catch on to what it means? Let me share with you. It's a peer-to-peer transaction. It's an OTC transaction. See how that works? Yep. That quick. We all have bad days. I come here to come have a good day. And we love you for it. Sometimes I'm having a horrible day and you guys crack me up and I'm like, all right, and let me calm down. Usually it's my kids. My kids are very good at putting me in my place. They don't take me seriously. They have no fear of me. None. Which is a good thing. That is a good thing. Because, when you're a kid, like, revere your dad, revere your mom. They're at that point where, I don't fear you. I respect you. That's different. But I don't fear you. But the fact that they can put me in my place and calm me down or make me laugh, make me cry, all that good stuff. Then I've got friends on here in this community that can kind of do the same thing. Kind of be like, dude, you're being too serious. Shut the hell up. Do your job. Give us the news. Give us your opinion about the news. Stop being a stick in the mud. I get those messages. They come in through the universe because you don't want to have emotion take things over. Facts. So that helps me rewire myself so I'm not letting emotion take over. Well, except when they crack me up. Which is why if I ever go to a certain state to see a certain someone, I'm probably going to slap the shit out of him for making me laugh so much. Where is patient one? She can hook me up. Yo, what's going on, Maverick? Good evening. And of course, you hop on when I'm about to say later. Because I still have work to do. It's amazing. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. I actually do have stuff to show you, but I'm not going to show you till next week sometime. And when you see it, you're going to be like, I want that. I can almost guarantee you're going to be like, I want that. Sorry, getting caught up. Shameful. And I heard from one of the big baggers, I wanted to reach through the internet just to kick him in the butt. He's like, oh, I'm listening to you as I'm traversing through Italy. Bruh, really? That's what you say to me? So yeah, this community is no joke. It is no joke. I come here to unwind my day and where I can have an intelligent conversation with like-minded people. I live in oh man. Rick Ritchie, if I ever come to your state, you're another one that's going to catch it right in the back of the head. Oh my God, that made me tear a little bit. Oh man. The last sentence, bro. The last sentence. Because that's not the first time you've said that. And every time you say it, it cracks me up. Dude, I owe you. I so owe you. Holy moly. Oh, man. And where's the little one with the cheeks? Oh, my God, those cheeks. These people here, boy. So, yeah, what I got today was somebody actually said no. 8 votes of have you invested in yourself today. 4 votes said they're investing right now. I think 1 vote said nah, and all the rest of them said I'm doing it right now. It's pretty cool. People don't understand how big of a deal that is. Yes, you wear overalls. Both of you freaking... I can't wait until we launch DMs or direct messaging on the social media platform we're about to launch or relaunch. Oh my God. When we have DMs, I'm going to light you both up. Oh man. You're both so gonna, because I can actually see your faces with giggles on your faces as you're sitting there talking ish. Just the both of you. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. I really do hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, tell your friends about this community because it's a community, not a bunch of people listening to a channel. It is a community. All right. Smash the likes. And if you can, become a member, because membership has its benefits. And when we launch this new platform, you're going to really know what those benefits are like. Like really, really. Anyway, everybody, thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And as always, thank you for your trust. I will indeed fight for that every single day. I'll be back Sunday. Doubt if I'm going to do anything tomorrow. I got a lot of running around to do. Thinking about going to get some lobster or something like that. But who knows? Anyway, see you Sunday for the Sunday roundup, where we go over everything from the previous week that can affect our coming weeks. And believe me, this week had a lot more stuff than probably people remember. You probably remember today, yesterday, and a few of you might remember a little bit from Wednesday. But there was a whole 7 days that happened. So yeah, let's pay attention, all right, people? Have a good one. Bye-bye.